For the oropharyngeal sample collection process, you will need the following materials: personal protective equipment, a HPAI submission form, synthetic swabs with polyester tips and plastic shafts, tubes with brain and heart infusion or BHI broth, a marker to identify the samples, a bottle of disinfectant, a cooler and ice packs, and a disposal container for swabs and PPE. When sampling dead birds, one person can easily open the bird by inserting scissors into the mouth and cutting at the angle of the beak. You can then expand the cut with your fingers. With one hand, grab the comb and wattles of the bird. This will clearly expose the larynx and the choanal slit. Vigorously rub the swab around the larynx or the tracheal opening. Then locate the choanal slit and insert the swab. Position the swab parallel to the roof of the mouth and drag the swab from the back to the front of the choanal slit while rotating the swab, trying to grab as much mucous material as possible before removing the swab from the bird's mouth. When two people are available to sample live birds, you begin with one person holding the mouth of the bird open. The other person then gently introduces the swab into the bird's mouth. Be sure to rub the swab around the larynx or the tracheal opening. Then locate the choanal slit and insert the swab. It is easier to introduce the swab into the slit while using a soft rotational motion, allowing the slit to open. Once the swab is in the slit, position the swab parallel to the roof of the mouth and drag the swab from the back to the front of the choanal slit and out of the bird's mouth. Open the BHI tube and introduce a swab. Agitate the swab in the BHI broth vigorously for a few seconds. Remove the swab from the tube while pressing it against the wall of the tube to extract as much liquid as possible. Discard the swab in a proper disposal container and securely close the lid of the tube. Label the tube identifying the flock, farm, and date according to the HPAI Sampling form. Place the tubes into a sealable plastic bag. Disinfect the outside of the plastic bag with an approved disinfectant. Place the HPAI submission form inside a separate sealable plastic bag. Place the tubes inside the cooler. Try to place the tubes in an upright position to prevent leakage. Place some ice packs inside the cooler to keep the samples cold, and then place the cooler in a box and label the box according to the HPAI sampling form. Discard the carcasses according to your farm plan. Finally, remove your PPE, wash your hands with soap and water, and submit the samples to the lab as soon as possible.